You guessed it, another strapless ultralight glove from Adidas, and it looks like they're running out of ideas for any new glove models. Alright keepers, we've got the Adidas Shadow Pro in, and well, just look at this. The body again is made up of a single piece of knitted material with no wrist strap. It's also in the common negative cut that Adidas loves to use as a template for most of their gloves. The thumb is not rolled, and for some reason, the wrist is rolled. And overall, this seems like a mutation of the Adidas X model that already had the ultralight niche settled down. So what's up keepers, and welcome back to ARSDK. It's been too long, so let's dive right into this. As you can see, on my first few days back, I was using the Adidas Shadow Pro. It is a beautiful looking glove, but there is something to talk about with Adidas. They do not come up with anything new when it comes to goalkeeper gloves. This is another theme on a variation. This is another super ultralight glove. It actually sticks closer to my hand than any other ultralight glove I've used. Some goalkeepers like that. I personally think has gotten to a level of ridiculousness now. How thin do you want your goalkeeper gloves? Why even wear goalkeeper gloves then at that point? The idea for me wearing goalkeeper gloves is for better protection and more confidence on the ball. These super thin gloves, it's getting to a point where it doesn't do much for me. That being said, let's take a closer look at our gloves. The wrist center system feels a little too short for the style of glove, and you can see the latex wrapped around the wrist area, which I at first thought was a spot that held some type of in-game tracker like the Adidas Speedball, because really the latex wrapping around that area made no real sense to me. If you want protection on your wrist, then just make a wrist strap. The negative cut is extremely tight on the individual fingers, almost to the point of a pinching sensation that I really did not enjoy, especially in the finger crotch version. And on the palm, it feels as if it's about 3mm of URG 2.0 latex. That has always done well in our reviews in terms of performance, and honestly, yeah, the grip is pretty good, but I did find myself bobbling and just losing some holds with the gloves more often than I'm used to, which I'm going to chalk up to not being used to the gloves or liking this ultra fit style that much, and just not having that same amount of material behind the ball. Overall handling of the shots is pretty easy, especially with the new World Cup football. And while I guess it's a good spot for logo placement, I didn't really notice the wrist latex do anything but hug my wrist well. But what I did feel very annoyingly was a tug and pinch on my hand when the ball and glove would slide, making it almost a bit of a torture to hold on to spinning shots. And because this was so annoying, I tried to break the gloves in a bit more by taking a lot more volleys a hand and hopefully get used to this continued super tight glove trend. But something happened in our first few minutes of training that was the most Adidas thing ever. The latex on the tip of the fingers began to already visibly peel off whenever I caught the ball or threw it back. Now this didn't kill the performance of the latex right away. The grip itself was good as URG 2.0 should be, but I did feel like the fingers had to be readjusted to properly fit at times. And I am rather surprised that again, Adidas did not roll the thumbs on these gloves. They seem to really want to force a non-rolled thumb on a strapless, probably because it's easier or cheaper to create. Performance-wise, the Shadowportal is your quintessential Adidas goalkeeper glove. The quality out of the bag is an amazing glove. It feels good, it looks very good with strong, bright, contrasting colors that will pop on the field, and every catch, hold, and save will feel great. But as the session progresses, and even as the day gets old, the common issue will raise its head. The Shadowportal Pro is not a goalkeeper glove made to last long. Hell, this is most likely a tournament level glove that will give you 3 to 5 good matches before looking so beat up you will want to replace them. And since the palm is super thin, you're not dealing with a lot of latex to back up the latex that's had already ripped off. So once it starts to rip, you're ready to start replacing the glove.
Power up, magnetized grip, baby. So after about a month's worth of use in fields, you can see that these gloves are absolutely falling apart. The URG 2.0 latex is literally dried out to the point of just flaking. The softest little touch makes the fingertips flake back, and it's very heartbreaking because the glove itself is a good idea, but it's way too thin, it's way too finger-like, way too close-like they're trying to make wide receiver gloves. and the latex just doesn't live up to the standard. An absolute travesty of a glove. Doesn't fit very well. The thumb is not rolled, so we don't get the best grip. The fingers aren't rolled, so we lose a lot of optimal grip here. And overall, the quality of the glove, it's nicely made, it fits the hand very well, but this wrist thing doesn't do anything. Looks nice, kind of feels interesting around the wrist. Again, doesn't do anything. The latex is the typical Adidas latex, or Adidas latex, that is known for drying out. You can see it right here. I mean, just on the side, you'll see it's drying out right here. All of this is latex that is now completely dyed and dried out. This latex, there's no coming back from. So, for the full price of about 130 US dollars, these are not the gloves you want to use. The Shadowportal is a big miss by Adidas. I'd like to see them go back to the drawing board and try again. Just like they did with their Predators, they can make great gloves. These aren't it.